Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have games away against Hampton and Richmond and at home against Southend. Very much opposite ends of the spectrum, Southend running away at the top of the league at the moment and Hampton and Richmond struggling near the bottom of the league. I'm hoping we can get some good results today, and in terms of our recent form, it's been a little bit of an odd run to be honest. Since you were last with us for the FA Cup game, obviously we had that good win in between the FA Cup ties against Scunthorpe. And since then, we lost in the FA Trophy to Boston. It's probably done us a favour. We didn't need to be in another cup competition. But we were having games every 3 days, practically, come the end of December. And to be quite honest, I think we've done quite well. We've had to rotate so much in those games because they were in such close proximity. We had 3 consecutive nil-nil draws. It was a bit of a concern that we hadn't scored, but really good that we hadn't conceded. But then we managed to beat Hartlepool by 2 goals to 1 with Franco Ume getting a late winner for us in the 87th minute. So for this game away against Hampton and Richmond, we have Green in goal with Ezanolim, Forbes, McConville and Hanks at the back, Burton, McCoy, Splat, Wellens and Ryan in the midfield, and Ume and Idoze are partnering up front. We have made 1 or 2 other signings as well, so Connor Wickham, the former England under-21 international, has come into the side. He will be a target forward for us, so he will be finding it out with Cebulski for that starting spot, and as you can see, he is actually on the bench today. He did start the previous game, but hopefully he he didn't play too well in that game, but hopefully, like I say, we can do a little bit better with him if he comes on in today's match. So, as you can see, Hampton and Richmond's form has been a little bit hit and miss as well. It's been the same for every team in the league. It's been a very busy schedule over the course of December, which is why we managed to get a few draws in there. But hopefully, like I say, we can get a good result here and we can get a good amount of possession as well. We did play well against Hartlepool and we got the win in the end. And I'm hopeful that today we can follow on from that and get another good result. We finally have a highlight here with Hanks with the throw in. Now Wellens into Hanks again, whips it in and it's fired away. And Toure controlled it well, but McConville gets in on him and Ezanolim over the top to Ume. And he's hit the woodwork and it's going to be cleared away here by Kean Harris. And it remains 0-0, but certainly a positive opportunity for us, that one. It's the first proper highlight of the game and it's coming in around 20-minute mark. Idozi and Ume struggling for fitness, as you can see there as well. We may have needed to make some changes, but I've left it as it is for now, and hopefully, like I say, we can do quite well and get a good result today. As you can see, player fitness, it is really a struggle. We've had games every 3-4 days each time. Pollock with a delivery here to the far post, and they've hit the woodwork now. Charlie Wellens manages to clear, only as far as the striker Toure, but Hanks intercepts and looks for Idoze. Harfield into Penny, and the highlight finishes. But as you can see, in terms of fitness, McCoy, Splat, Burton and Ezanolim are the only ones that are just about holding on to any kind of fitness here. And it's 0-0. We've not played too badly really, but hopefully we can do a little bit better in this second half. I think, yeah, we'll go for the unlucky so far. We've looked reasonably good so far, but again, both sides have had just the one big opportunity. But again, with fitness concerns from the previous couple of weeks of play, it's it's just good that we're still in the playoff hunt, to be honest. We've done really, really well to still be up there. We have proven to be quite resilient at the back in recent matches as well. Charlie Wellens has got himself sent off, of course he has. So that is the end of Wellens, and we are going to have a look and see what we can do here. We have got options on the bench, but I'm not really wanting to just leave the one man up front. I think I'm going to have to, though. Idoze will drop back into there. And Ronnie is going to come on into that central midfield. Ume has been playing quite well recently, but he's going to have to come off. We're going to bring Connor Wickham on, and we'll bring Riley on, I think, for Ryan as well, who's on the yellow card. And we'll just have to hope that the defence can hold out in terms of their fitness, and hope that we don't get any injuries. But Charlie Wellens has been poor this season since signing. He's such a key player, really, and Penny immediately from the set piece has scored here for Hampton and Richmond. And this happened against Oldham Athletic as well. They were right near the bottom of the league. They beat us, and then they went on a winning run. And I'm hoping that it's not going to be the case here, but we're looking so tired. And we're going to demand more. Being down to 10 men is certainly not helping here. And Hampton and Richmond are on the ascendancy, and it looks like they're going to get their first win in quite some time. Smith into Harris. Now Penny. Hammond loses out to Connor Wickham. He did well there, Connor Wickham. Now O'Reilly. Cutting inside. Can he get the shot on target? No, not really. And Smith with a very comfortable save. And it remains 1-0 to Hampton and Richmond. We have been reasonably creative, to be fair, since going down to 10 men, but as you can see, we're absolutely shattered. I'm not making too many excuses. The fact that we're down to 10 men's killed us off as well. But we shouldn't have let it get to that point, to be quite honest. We should be doing better against these lower league teams. We've got a potential free kick option here with Burton. He's not hit the target recently when he's been taking these free kicks. I'm hoping he will today. There's the strike. It's over the crossbar once again. And we need a proper set piece taker. Harry Burton by far is the best free kick taker at the club, but we have been so poor from set pieces again this season. And it's a 1-0 defeat. Very, very disappointing. We've had the red card, and yes, we created chances, but other than that, it was extremely poor from us. And we'll have to go again for the game against the league leaders, but I'm not holding out much hope after that performance, really. And as you can see by the league table, that defeat has dropped us right down into 10th place. And I don't want us to start sliding down the league. I mean, yeah, with 20 games to go, we're on the same amount of points as we were last season, nearly at the end of the campaign. So we've done remarkably to get to where we are, but there's a lot of work still to do, and we just can't break teams down. We can't get any consistency. Some games we're knocking goals in for fun, and other games we're struggling. And the fact that obviously we had 3-0 draws on the bounce, and then we won 2-1, and then obviously we've just lost here by a goal to nil. So a lot of inconsistency. We are struggling to score goals at the moment, which is a bit of an annoyance because we've got some very good strikers, but after 6 games unbeaten with 4 draws and just 2 wins out of that 6 games, we have lost again against Hampton and Richmond here, and we will have to move on and see what happens for the Southend game. It's actually in 9 days' time, so there's a lot of time to get through, and then we'll come back for that game, and hopefully, like I say, we'll at least be competitive, but I'm not holding out for a lot. Last time we faced Southend, we were away from home. We lost 5-0. So we've got a lot of work to do, and hopefully, like I say, we can get some form of a result against them. But we will have to be much improved in that game to get anything from it. Okay, guys, we got there in the end for the home game against Southend. We've taken a little bit of time to get through those 9 days. Not a lot's happened in terms of our team, but there was a lot happening in the other leagues, of course. So it did take a while for it to process. But we are now here for the home game against the league leaders. As you can see, they're 13 points clear. They're absolutely dominating the league. And last time out, they did beat us 5-0, of course. But we're in a position where we haven't had a game for 9 days. We've just done training every few days, and we have a fully fit team here. So hopefully, like I say, we can do a little bit better than last time out when we lost 5-0. We've got Green in goal with Powell, Forbes, Ronnie and Ling at the back. O'Reilly, Dunn, McGlinchey and Ryan in midfield with Ume and Cebulski partnering up front. And the bench consists of Murray, McConville, Edozie, Wickham and Ezanolim. We have loaned out a number of players in this transfer window as well. Following the sale of Okocha for £15,000, the players that have gone out on loan are all out of contract at the end of the season, including Alex Akers, who has been our #1 goalkeeper the last couple of seasons. He unfortunately was going to explore his options at the end of his current contract, so we just decided to try and sell him, and in the end he wanted us to accept a loan offer, which we did, and he is going to be one of the players out the door come the end of the season, probably, unfortunately. And anyway, we go into this game at home to Southend, and I'm just hoping for a better performance than the last one. To be honest, we lost 5-0. It was a very convincing victory from Southend. We were extremely poor, and hopefully we can be a lot more resilient today. We've certainly improved ourselves defensively. Ume has immediately picked up an injury here. We're going to bring on Thomas Edozie for him. That's a big blow early on to lose him to injury. He's our top scorer, of course, Ume at the moment. And here is Lumley with the ball forward. Ronnie wins possession. Cebulski gets in onto it, exchanges it with Edozie, plays it back to Aaron Power, which was probably a good idea, considering the circumstances he found himself in. Dunn did well, finding Cebulski. Now Powell into O'Reilly. Have we got an opportunity knocking here? It's Forbes. Plays it over the top, and Powell, the left back, manages to get onto it and plays it into Edozie. And we have a lead here. It's already going to be a better result than it was against Southend last time out. We lost 5-0 last time. We have a goal here to get us in front. And we have a set piece with O'Reilly. Whips it in. Cebulski attacked it. Cleared away. It's come back out to O'Reilly, who has support in the penalty area. Looks to the far post, and Edozie's there. And Lumley knocks it onto the crossbar. Ryan into the penalty area. Cleared by Boyle to the other Boyle. And it remains 1-0. But what a start we've made to this game here. After the previous performance, I didn't hold out much hope, to be honest. Cebulski trying to win the header. He does superbly there, and Ling manages to get onto it. Inside to McGlinchey. It's a poor pass, and Boyle, manages to intercept. And now it's Lewis charging forward. Brilliant interception by Ronnie, who looks for Edozie. The defender Boyle. They've got a D Boyle and a W Boyle in the team. And Dawn, 2 games in a row, 2 red cards. Bobby Dunn sent off here, and that has ruined all of our chances in this game. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Great. We haven't actually got a midfielder on the bench either. Ronit is going to have to move forward into midfield here. I mean, I suppose Cebulski, his defensive attributes are awful. He can head the ball, but his tackling's awful. But at 6'5", he could be a very important player back there. Do we take a risk and leave him on? We have got McConville on the bench. We're going to have to take Cebulski off. It's a shame, but he is going to have to come off here. And we're going to just have to hope for the best. Defensively, we're going to stay exactly the same. And I can see us really losing out here in this second half against Southend. We are still creating 1 or 2 chances, surprisingly. But obviously we've got a very rigid setup with the 4-4-1. Ling here to Ryan. Holds onto it well. Back into Ling. Plays it into the penalty area. O'Reilly couldn't get onto it. Ryan wins it and finds McGlinchey. Head goes over the top. It comes back out to him. Are we going to have another chance maybe here? Ling, wide right, looking in toward Edozie. Akamea manages to get it away into Warren Boyle. Intercepted by McGlinchey. Now O'Reilly into Powell. Back into O'Reilly. Good little passing spell here from us. Powell into McGlinchey. Back to Powell. Looks over the top here. Edozie's managed to get in and he's hit the post. That's a massive opportunity for Edozie. And at a 2-0 lead, we would have looked a lot better for that. That was a really, really good effort in the end. Lumley was out of position and we could have ended up 2-0 up there. We'll have to continue to, if we can get a second goal, just one more chance. If we can get a second goal in this second half, hopefully we will be able to hold on for a victory here. It'd be a great result in itself if we could win this, but it's a long, long 45 minutes here. Powell can't win it. Hosanna into Walsh. Back into Hosanna down this right hand side. Plays it back to Akamea at centre back. Plays a nice easy pass across to Davis, who's completely open space here, and now drilling into McAllister, and there's the equaliser. Sean McAllister. Poor goalkeeping, to be honest, from Green after all that. That kind of a shot should not be beating our goalkeeper from that distance. McAllister with the finish, and it's going to be a very, very tough second half here. If we hold on for a point, it'll be a phenomenal result, but I can't see us doing anything here. Edozie is now struggling for fitness, but he came off the bench in the first half. I'd feel a bit bad for taking him off, to be quite honest. Let's have a look, see what we've got here. Obviously, Cebulski came off, as did Ume, because he was injured. Potential groin injury for Edozie. We're struggling in midfield for fitness as well, especially on that right-hand side. We're going to take a risk. Connor Wickham is going to come on. And we'll have him on as the target forward on the attack role. It's going to be a massive ask for Connor Wickham, to be honest. He has got quality, but he doesn't score a lot of goals, and that has been prevalent throughout his whole career. Lewis here with the ball into the penalty area to the far post. Aaron Drinan makes it 2-1 Southend, and again set pieces are our undoing defensively. We've been really poor all season from set pieces, even though we're sat in a very good lead position. Connor Wickham's already got a yellow card, by the way. Forbes into Wickham. Now McConville looks over the top, and Connor Wickham did win it, but again, he's not got the support there, unfortunately. Ryan plays it back to Lumley, and here is Davis. Now Hosanna, and it just finishes off there, unfortunately for us. And it remains 2-1 Southend. Yes, we've had a much better result out of it, but as Green lofts it forward, Wickham, I don't think he won that, but it has ended up in our possession. McConville into Ryan. Plays it back to Ling. Ryan's made a good run forward here, and Ryan does beat the fullback Jackson to it. Can he get the ball into the penalty area? Yes, he can. Connor Wickham is there, and Connor Wickham has scored. What a brilliant effort from our side to get this equaliser. Connor Wickham with his first goal for the club. What a delivery from Ryan. And even though we're down to 10 men, we have fought back here and managed to get an equaliser against Southend. Can we hold on here? Can we finish with a point? What a result this is going to be. It's going to be a massive confidence boost considering we've been down to 10 men for most of the game. Lewis here with the delivery into the penalty area. Hosanna was at the far post and he won it very cleanly, but it went over the crossbar. We've held on here, and that is a massive, massive point. And again, more yellow cards. In terms of discipline, I mean, we're very, very poor at the moment. 2 red cards in 2 games, but that is a massive, massive point for the side. A 2-2 draw against Southend, and we've done really, really well there. Connor Wickham with his first goal for the club coming off the bench, and I think we've done quite well overall, really, in that match. We have dropped quite a way off the playoff running at the moment. We're drawing more games. I mean, granted, we're not losing a lot of games, but we're not winning as many as we'd like either. We've drawn quite a lot of games recently. We are 7 points ahead of Fylde in 12th, and we're actually only 3 points behind the playoffs at the moment. So it is very, very tight, but we do really need to get some good results going forward. But hopefully that draw against Southend will give the squad some confidence, despite the red cards that we're getting at the moment. Idoz is out for just over a week. Ume's out for 2 months. That's a massive blow up front for us. And with Idozi out for a week as well, he will miss the next. Actually, Idozi might actually be back for the away game against Blythe, which is a bit of a blessing in disguise. But another fine for ill discipline. We're very, very poor in terms of that. Wickham have gone 24 matches without a goal in all competitions, including at his previous clubs. I'm absolutely delighted that he's ended that streak. And what a goal it was as well. Such an important goal. But he scored 2 goals in 27 matches in this league for Bromley last season. The season before that he got 12 in 26. But he's got his first goal for us. He's done very well there. And he's got a lot of experience in and around higher divisions as well. So he will be a very important player for us, I think. With the ratings that he has, his set piece taking isn't great. Neither is his penalty taking for the most part. But as that target forward with his heading ability, he will certainly be a key player for us going forward. And in terms of our current schedule, it is going to be a little bit tight, but we are going to squeeze a few more episodes into this season. We're going to just get through Blythe, Bromley and Halifax next, I think, and we'll come back for Dorking at home and Fylde away. And then I'm looking at Altrincham and Ebbsfleet the time after that. And then from there, we'll probably look to the end of the season for Torquay and Crawley to see where we end up. So like I say, Dorking at home and Fylde away next time. And until then, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Please like and subscribe. All of it is greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time for those 2 matches. And this is Big Will signing away.